Yasu Malagedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Just wanted to make sure I'm saying that right. I was like 98% sure. So, I go on Google today because what else is there to do during COVID on a Saturday? My Raptors are gone. My Leafs are gone. Just looking forward to the World Cup, like a lot of British people are as well, because we all know soccer is there. Then I see something very interesting. Blackwashing white characters is not a step forward, and it will bite us in the backside down the line. A black Superman is a lazy, sad, useless idea, just as a black Roland was. We need new stories, and we can't be afraid of the extra work it takes to gather new audiences. Tweeted, now I know for sure I'm not going to say this name right. It's two N's, E-D-I, so Nedi Okorafor on May 22nd. Now, they were throwing around the idea that what if Superman was black? Could Idris Elba do it? Could Michael B. Jordan do it? Could Ray Fisher do it? Ray Fisher is the guy who played Cyborg in Justice League, which, the Snyder Cut was great. I mean, the original, but the new one was great, and they definitely added more to his character in the movie. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't give a shit. I really don't. If there's a black Superman, if there's a black Green Lantern, let's be honest, it can't be worse than the first one. And why not a black James Bond? Because he's too street? I mean, I get it. I'm a white guy. I mean, I don't fully understand what that means. I mean, in a way I do, but in a way, come on. I mean, who cares? It's 2021. My point is, Elba has done a lot of kick-ass roles. And really, it doesn't matter if he's black or not. Who cares? I mean, the guy's a cool dude. I mean, in many ways, he is kind of like the next generation's Denzel Washington, the British version. And by the way, you'd be surprised how many black actors are out there today, and they're, I guess, not secretly British, but then later on, you see them in an interview, they're like, well, I thought the role was, a challenge for me, and they're like, what the fuck? The guy from Snowfall, he's British. I didn't know that until I saw him on an interview in the Breakfast Club. So, but these guys kick ass, man. All I'm saying is that Elba is awesome, and the guy's been doing this for quite some time, and he's gotten himself into some awesome roles over the years, playing a cool detective, playing a superhero, playing a drug dealer, both on TV, and even sold a little weed to Dave Chappelle. But that's history. Now he's known as this kick-ass actor who can really do no wrong. Guy's on a hell of a roll the last couple of years, and doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. But at the same time, you still feel the backlash from people saying, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. You think he gives a shit? The guy's got swag up the ass. Ladies love him. I think he was voted the most handsome guy in the world at one point on one of those magazines that you see when you're at the checkout line at the grocery store. Although it does suck to have that superpower and be married, but I'm just saying. The guy can do no wrong. So, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to talk about Mr. Elba here. And with the help of Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, I'm able to do that. Let's get into it. Idris Akuna Elba, born the 6th of September in 1972, is an English actor, writer, producer, rapper, actually forgot about that too, singer, forgot about that too, songwriter, and he's a DJ. He also might be able to turn water into wine, but then he would play God, and a lot of people would be like, "Oh, is God really black?" But then you read the Bible and you see, the froey hair and all that. So again, story for another time. He is known for roles including Stringer Bell in the HBO series The Wire, DCI John Luther in the BBC One series Luther, and Nelson Mandela in the biographical film Mandela: Long Walk to Freedom. He has been nominated 4 times for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, miniseries or television film, winning 1, and was nominated 5 times for a Primetime Emmy Award. Elba appeared in Ridley Scott's American Gangster and Prometheus. Elba portrayed Hidimel, I think I said that right, in Thor and its sequels, Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok, as well as Avengers: Age of Ultron and Avengers: Infinity War. He also starred in Pacific Rim, Beasts of No Nation, for which he received Golden Globe and BAFTA nominations for Best Supporting Actor and Molly's Game. In 2016, he voiced Chief Bogo in Zootopia, Shere Khan in the live-action CGI adaptation of The Jungle Book, Fluke in Finding Dory, and he played the role of Krall in Star Trek Beyond. He made his directorial debut in 2018 with an adaptation of the 1992 novel Yardi by Victor Headley. Aside from acting, Elba performs as a DJ under the moniker DJ Big Driss, or Big Driss the Londoner. Nice. And as an R&B musician. In 2016, he was named in the Time 100 list of the most influential people in the world. As of May 2019, his films have grossed over $9.8 billion at the global box office, including over $3.6 billion in North America, where he is one of the top 20 highest grossing actors. Holy shit. I once heard a story about Elba where he was the bodyguard for, I believe, the Comedy Cellar, which is a very popular stand-up stage in New York. And he was the bouncer there. And he even told the paper that, I believe it was the New York Times or something like that. And he would sell drugs to comedians, coke, weed, like I mentioned before with Dave Chappelle. So it's very nice to have that hookup. And I can't believe that comedians do drugs. But to start from that and then go all the way to being one of the most highest paid actors and make a Time 100 list, that is fucking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And you got to keep in mind, for the most part, he probably did it in an American accent. Because as it says here, he was born in London Borough of Hackney. So that's right, folks. More than likely, when you see a black leading male that isn't Denzel Washington, he probably has a British accent. So, found some more fascinating facts on fascinate.com here, and let's share some facts that even I didn't know about Mr. Elba. In 1995, Idris Elba, and I'm probably going to say that a lot. You know what? I'm not going to try to edit it this time. I'm just so used to saying Jessica Alba. Elba. So Idris Elba. Thank you. Sorry, man. Google, one more time. Sorry.
Idris Elba.
Where would I be without you? So, Idris Elba partied it up with the leading ladies of Absolutely Fabulous. a hit British TV show. He played a male escort named Hilton on the third episode of the show. Like this guy wasn't getting enough ass already. I mean, you know how much you must be getting if you're a male escort? If you, geez, that's awesome. Elba is a man of many talents. Before becoming an actor, he used to be a house music DJ and has gone by the creative name such as DJ Idris and DJ Driss. One of them has one eye, one of them has two eyes. The big Driss, big. I get it. Okay. I get what you're doing. In the past, Elba is even still DJing today. He remixed the newest The Jungle Book soundtrack, and he has completed his own music project called Hiatus. Well, it's always good to, have something to fall back on, of course. And, I don't know, some of these DJs, man, I mean, like I heard DJ Skrillex or whatever, he gets like $100,000 a show or something just to, perform some crazy sound effects. So I don't know, I'm sure he's making a couple bucks. The actor doesn't just enjoy being in front of the camera. He likes to create behind it too. In 2012, he directed a music video for the Mumford & Sons song, Lover of the Light. He also starred in the video as a blind man who decides to explore the world in ways he never thought were possible. Nice. It's got a nice little message too. I like that. I mean, I always say to people too, like what if one day like Stevie Wonder came out and said like he's not blind? I mean, would you give a shit? I mean, I don't know. There's that one clip of him like catching the mic stand. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't care. Elba is clearly an adrenaline junkie. In an exciting marketing campaign for a model of the Ford Fiesta R1, Elba raced in the vehicle to bring awareness to its performance and speed, and went up against some of the most famous rally racers in the world. You know what that means, guys? That means you get a free car and you get a paycheck. You make some money on the side DJing too. This way you got a car to go back and forth to gigs. I mean, it's all planned out. It's great. To support Elba's family, the actor's father worked at a car factory. Inspired by his father, Elba began to work night shifts at Ford Dagenham. Dagenham? Yeah, Dagen. Okay. To make ends meet in between acting gigs when he was first starting out. I know a lot of people are saying, maybe you get, and by a lot of people, I mean my two people that listen to this, you just get your facts off websites, but just keep in mind too, I'm a nice guy about this. It says when it says to make ends meet, they spelled meet MEET, so it should be MEAT. So just you're welcome. In addition to his DJ work, Elba also loans his voice to Jay-Z's opening intro for the American Gangster soundtrack. Elba also had a role in the film. This is one of Jay-Z's most underrated albums, but that's a story for another time. In 2009, Elba was selected as the spokesman and anti-crime ambassador for the Prince Trust, a charity created by British royal Prince Charles. His role was steer British youth from a life of crime. In fact, the charity even supported Elba when he himself was a young youth, giving him a grant. First of all, I just looking at this picture, I smell money. Second, to have Prince Charles in your, on your side there is, that's awesome. In 2013, Elba was entering an award show when Oasis member Liam Gallagher tried to grab his hat. I'm just going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a white guy. To take anything off a black guy is just not a good move. I'm, it doesn't matter if you're a member of Oasis or the Rolling Stones. Never attempt this move in real life. Elba was not happy with the gesture, no shit, and a physical altercation almost ensued. Gallagher has a different story of the incident, no shit, and says that it was Elba who actually tried to muss up his hair. Yeah, he said, I've never heard that word either, M-U-S-S, okay? Muss up his hair, maybe? Okay. Yeah, again, guys, just, wow, okay. Remember Oasis? I mean, they had that group in the mid-90s, Wonderwall, and, they had some good songs. It was cool, but to take anything off a black guy, wow. Elba is not all about the movies. He has also dabbled in voice acting. Elba's voice was featured in one of the most popular first-person shooter franchises of all time, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I'm more of an old school guy. I love my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but yeah, these are pretty big deals, and I'm pretty sure he got a pretty big paycheck. Again, with the DJing, he's just ranking it up, man. That's it. I mean, just, it seems like he hits every single aspect of show business. I mean, that's pretty awesome. He's pretty much royalty at this point. And speaking of which, in 2016, Elba became an officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, a rare honor from the royal family. When Prince William presented him with the designation, Elba took his mother to experience the Buckingham Palace ceremony. Now that's nice. You want to show your mom or your parents, whatever, how well you've done in life, and if they ever make fun of you or they need something from you, you just tell them, just speak to Prince William. He'll take care of it. Charles, he'll toss you a couple bucks. He'll give you a good recommendation. It's all good. Elba's father is a native of Sierra Leone, and when Ebola went on to ravage the country, Elba saw a way to use his celebrity status to help. He collaborated with the Africa United Global Health Campaign to educate people on how to protect themselves from the disease. There's no point in becoming famous if you can't use your power for good. So that's awesome. Being an actor can be a grueling job, and Elba is not exempt from feeling a little annoyed with his work sometimes. During the film of Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, Elba had to travel from South Africa to London for extensive reshoots for Thor: The Dark World right after he returned to England. The pain of the stunts and insane traveling schedule got to him so much that he voiced his displeasure in an interview after The Dark World was released. The life of an actor, man. I mean, people think, you get this big paycheck, you're treated like a king on set. I mean, some people are, obviously, but at the same time, yeah, you're working, God only knows how many hours a day. Could be 16, hours, maybe 18, who knows, and you got to go back and forth. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a good thing he's got that car to bring him back and forth. So again, it is, yeah, he's planned all this out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's there, man. Okay, I've not driven a car since December 2007, but we will talk about that another time. The TV series Luther set up Elba as a leading man in Hollywood, and his performance, as well as the show as a whole, was critically acclaimed. The role allowed him to act as a detective with the intellect of Sherlock Holmes and the technique of Columbo. I've never heard that character described as that, but yeah, it's kind of accurate, I guess. I mean, it's a really good show. I'm going to get more into that in a little bit. Elba clearly has a sense of humor. The actor once spilled the beans about the time he mistakenly kept his mic on while he was using the bathroom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of my biggest fears. That's private, And if you ever see the documentary of the Jinx, you'll see why it's good to find the off button. There is nothing more refreshing than a guy as suave as Elba being able to laugh at himself. I'll take your word for it, but that's bullshit, man. I don't want shit when I'm taking a shit. I want complete privacy. Some toilet paper, some wet wipes, maybe a couple matches. I'm good. Even as a child, Elba's parents trusted him to keep the party going. He was charged with DJing parties and house get-togethers when he was just 8 years old. This guy was getting laid at 8 years old. I mean, I was playing with my Ghostbuster toys when I was 8 years old. Fuck, man. Gee, this guy's the man here. Holy fuck. This guy can't, holy shit. He's how can he not be a Bond? Again, we'll get into that in a little bit. When asked who his celebrity crush was, Elba remarked that he always carried a torch for Meryl Streep. Insert obvious black guy likes older white women joke here. He was even so nervous when he met her that his tongue swelled up. Oh, there's another great joke there. I'm really trying to keep this classy. Elba has a need for speed. In May 2015, he broke a British land speed record in a Bentley. He hit over 180 miles per hour, breaking a record previously held by Sir Malcolm Campbell, who set his record in 1927. So on top of everything, he's like a black James Dean. Holy shit. Can this guy get any cooler? Elba has been known to be a man of many voices and to blend into roles without his signature British accent. Elba honed his American accent in a Brooklyn barbershop, a genuine compliment to sounding as American as possible. Now, we all saw that awesome scene in Coming to America. That's where we all learned about American accents. And a little bit of a Jewish accent too. What do you know? Thank you. Another significant role in Elba's career was his stint on The Wire as Stringer Bell, one of the series' most memorable characters. The show has been watched by millions, except for Elba. In an interview, he explained that he was not too keen on watching himself in the show, as he said, of never watching the series. I'm tempted to try to sound like Elba here. Let me just give it a shot here. Why not? Fuck it. I'm super critical of my own work. As an actor, if you're being told how wonderful you are, what do you need to strive for? I don't know if I'm good just because critics say I am in the press. That sounded really white. The point is, you don't always know when you're good. Marlon Brando said that. Always remember that. And it's true. Sometimes you do a role and, you think you suck and, you're kick-ass in it. And again, at this time, he spoke in the American accent. I didn't find out until years later, till, whatever. He started doing movies and interviews that, he's actually British. So there you go. More on that in a little bit. During Madonna's Rebel Heart tour, Elba had the honor of opening for the legendary superstar in Berlin, Germany. Is a DJ tour somewhere on the horizon for Elba? Better yet, could a Grammy be possible? Well, if I don't know, Malcolm or Malcolm, I don't know what the fuck is. I forgot his name. I mean, if he can win over Kendrick Lamar, I guess I don't know, anything's possible. I don't know. Let's just be honest. I mean, the Grammys have been pretty racist over the years. I don't know. I mean, The Weeknd didn't even get one fucking nomination. Go figure that one. Anyways, and now there's a boycott with, I think, Jay-Z and a whole bunch of other people. I mean, you can't blame him. So let's just be honest here. Elba doesn't need a Grammy, okay? Awards are always nice to get. I did a whole podcast about it. They're nice to get, but who gives a shit, really? I mean, you're doing it because you love your craft. That's all. But if it happens, we'll see. Anyways, from The Wire to Luther, Elba has more than shown he can handle the demands of a crime drama series can bring. Perhaps he picked up these skills from his first roles in Crime Watch Murder Reconstructions. Yep, if you're ever watching true crime reruns, keep an eye out for him. Not surprised. When I did my Unsolved Mysteries podcast, I remembered that Matthew McConaughey was in one of the episodes. So, you never know where an actor is going to start or end up. He could be doing a kick-ass song with Sean Paul. Bossy, bossy, bossy. To every black person listening, I am so sorry. Maxim, a magazine that usually features women on their front cover, it's basically a PG-13 Playboy, made history when they revealed Elba on the front cover of their September 2015 issue. And Elba became the first man to ever appear on the cover of the magazine. Why? His inclusion fit the theme. It was also the first fashion issue of Maxim. Why? And Elba is quite stylish. Okay, I'm the type of guy where the same shirt for a week, but okay, I shower, guys, relax. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, I once saw Seth Rogen on the cover of Playboy, so, hey. On the set of Beasts of No Nation, Elba leaned against a tree that overlooked a waterfall. Horrifically, the actor lost his balance and almost tumbled over the edge to a 90-foot drop. Luckily, he happened to land onto a narrow ridge that prevented his almost certain death. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about if Elba could play God. I believe he just did. Elba has been honest about the fact that he does not have any formal acting training. A Golden Globe winner and frequent Emmy nominee, his accomplishments in Hollywood are that much more impressive. Sometimes all it takes is desire, an intent, talent, and hard work. I agree with you, Fascinate. Absolutely, I'm taking a guy like Jonah Hill, for example. I'm going to do a podcast about him one day. I don't know, he's kind of disappeared. I don't know where he is. He just admits that he loves watching movies. He watched a lot of movies growing up. I mean, what's the difference between, reading a book, something that you like, and watching a movie, or just many movies, to own your craft, to learn about acting? Why wouldn't you? Alba's probably done the same thing. He studied it, and look at him now. DJ, actor, he has great connections to the royal family. He can probably stay at Buckingham Palace at least for a couple nights in a row. The man can do no wrong. So let's find out where this all actually began. Thanks to IMDb, of course. Not Rotten Tomatoes, because I actually want to know if a movie is actually good. That's just my opinion. Here we go. Now, the very first job that Idris Elba, fuck me, I'm going to get it right, I swear. But in the next 10 minutes, I'll get it right. Is the first job that he ever had was a TV series called 2.4 Children. Now, it's spelled with the number 2, and then it spells the actual word point, and then 4. All connected. 2.4 Children. Maybe one of them is really short. I don't know. And he played the parachute instructor. Okay. I've never gone skydiving. My weights, I don't think I ever will. I have an idea, what it could feel like. But again, you start off in this business, you're like, why not? Take it. Again, maybe this is on British television. I'm assuming he probably did a lot of his work, overseas before coming here. So, yeah, there you go. And then he did that same year, 1994. Beautiful year for Jim Carrey, like I've mentioned before in that podcast. He did a show called Space Precinct. He played a pizza delivery man. That's one of my dream jobs. And if anybody can get laid as a pizza delivery man, I'm assuming it's Idris. Another TV series, absolutely fabulous. Like I mentioned before, judging by that picture, it looked like he had a great time. Bramwell, another TV series, played Charlie Carter. The Bill, another TV series. Earl Lee and Alex Matson. Degrees of Error. Walter Jones. Again, keep in mind, guys, I have never heard of any of these shows. I just learned about the BBC probably when Sherlock Holmes started airing. And well, actually, no, that's not true. I watched Faulty Towers back in the day and all that shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I grew up watching Who's the Boss. I'll do one on Tony Danza in the future. Ruth Rendell Mysteries. The Governor. A lot of TV series. Crucial Tales. Crocodile Shoes 2. I missed the first one. Silent Witness. Behind the Mask. Insiders. Family Affairs. Verdict. Ultraviolet. And then it looks like this is his first movie, which was done in 1999, called Beautiful Mother. Didn't get the best rating. Doesn't show him on the poster, so I'm assuming he's just one of these characters that comes in there. He plays Gregory with an accent on the first E there. Okay. I'm assuming it was released in theaters. I don't know. Dangerfield. I'm assuming it's got nothing to do with Rodney. Another TV show. Sorted. Another movie. Came out in 2000. Judging by the picture, it looks maybe something to do with a rave, or no, it's just something about young lawyers. Okay. I did not see this one. Back to TV here. In Defense, Ultraviolet, TV movie, London's Burning, TV series, Buffalo Soldiers. Okay, I remember this movie because Joaquin Phoenix is in this movie. First of all, this is an awesome movie. This is one of the most underrated Joaquin Phoenix movies. If you've never seen this movie, if you're a fan of this guy, absolutely see this movie. And I completely forgot that Idris Elba was in this. I'm looking at the first 10, 15 people that are in this movie. He's not even mentioned, so he's got to be. I honestly I don't remember him in this movie. But again, this is an excellent movie. He played a character called Kim Burrow. So, yeah, but the movie is excellent. Check it out. And once again, I'm assuming at this time he probably came to America. And of course, when every actor wants to be on TV or in the movies, what is one of the conditions? You have to be in a Law and Order show, which is what he did in 2001. And he played a character named Lonnie Liston. Then he was in the Inspector Lin Lee Mysteries, in a TV series called Hack, TV series Queen Supreme, Soul Food, the TV series, which I always like the movie. I'm just assuming it's based off that. Let's check it out here. Why not? Yeah, it looks like it doesn't have anybody from the TV show, I don't think. Yeah, so he was in that. He was in the movie One Love, which oh, okay, there you go. It's the first time I've seen him in the movie poster. There you go, cool. It's got the Kai Mani Marley here, who's one of the sons of the great Bob Marley, rest in peace. Yeah, I never saw this movie. It's looks good. You know, of course, One Love is a very famous Bob Marley song. You know, do I have to say that? I mean, how do you not know that by now? And again, you know, if you want to be in Law and Order shows, you might as well be in a CSI show. And he was in an episode of CSI Miami in 2003. And yeah, let's not forget, in 2002 to 2004, he played Russell Stringer Bell. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I like The Wire. I think it was a good show. I mean, it's regarded as one of the best shows of all time. It's not better than Sopranos. Okay, I'm just going to say that now. Okay, you know, let's be honest. Okay, come on. It's a good show, but you know, come on. Lasted for 5 seasons. He was in. You know what? I don't want to say, because if you don't watch the show, then I don't know, give away the thing, whatever. But you'll see. He's a very big character for sure. I mean, the way he went out was, you know, kind of fucked up, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, you know, I heard the story where, you know, obviously when they made this show, I mean, they want like American actors, and he went in there for the audition, and he went in there with the American accent the whole time, like introducing himself, whatever. And at the end of the audition, the one guy, you know, said like, he's not American. Like I can tell he's faking the American accent. And you know, he admitted it, and he still got the role. So I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, The Wire was a really good show. Like the first 2 seasons are really good. I feel. I mean, you can even debate if the second season is better than the first one. And I'm not saying that because there's a character in there that's Greek or pretends to be Greek. I don't know, it's a whole thing. But anyways, I mean, the actor that played him was Greek. And again, I'll explain another time. But the third season was okay. I like the way they, you know, grouped everybody in like one area to sell drugs. I mean, that was, you know, that was, I mean, I'm sure that would happen today. But anyways, the last 2 seasons were okay. You know, I'm just saying, I mean, I think the first 2 seasons are really good, you know. And I talked about Michael B. Jordan there. I mean, that was one of his first roles. His first role was actually in Sopranos. I'll talk about him one day too. But yeah, I mean, he was really good in this role for sure. And again, like, we did not know he was British, you know. So there you go. Yeah, so The Wire is definitely a show to check out. He was in the TV show Girlfriends. I remember the show. All these women are absolutely beautiful. You know, there was a rumor I heard too that they were going to come back or something, and I don't know. The Friends show apparently borrowed a little bit off this show, and then Living Single too, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But the point is, I enjoyed this show, and he was in an episode of that. Sometimes in April, that was a TV movie he did. Johnny Zero TV series, World of Trouble TV movie. He did a movie called The Gospel. Didn't see that one. All in the Game TV movie. Daddy's Little Girls. I did not see this one. The Reaping. I did not see this one either. I mean, didn't get the best rating, but I don't know. Judging by the movie poster here, it looks kind of fucked up, but like fucked up in a good way. Like, interesting. 28 weeks later. Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I remember this movie. Yeah. Like I'm not really into the whole, the virus comes and zombies come kind of theme movie kind of shit. But this movie was all right. I mean, I remember a little bit of it. Yeah, it's got that actor I like from the Train Spotting. Yeah, he's cool too. Yeah, so Jeremy Renner was in this, really? I remember that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, go ahead. Now, in the same year, 2007, American Gangster came out, which is one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies of all time. I already talked about Denzel Washington in one of my podcasts. He played a character called Tango. Now, this is absolutely a classic scene. I mean, I still can't believe this actually happened in real life. Spoiler alert, I gotta say that now, to not piss off people. But, one guy is just, taunting Denzel, which is Elba's character here. Which is named Tango, and Denzel's just sitting at the table there. He, giving his one of his famous speeches, of course, before he shoots a guy, or something bad's coming when Denzel's like a little quiet and telling the speech, dumping out all the sugar in the container there, and just meets the guy on the street, pulls out a gun, puts the gun to Tango's face there, and he's like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me in front of all these people?" And that's exactly what he did. And he took the sugar jar, put the money in there, and put it right beside him. He says, your percent, whatever, whatever I owe you. And yeah, that's how powerful Denzel's character was. Yeah, that was that was a pretty crazy scene. I mean, if you're gonna be in a Denzel movie, it should actually be your honor to have Denzel kill you. So yeah, you don't mess with Frank Lucas. So yeah, excellent movie. Great cast of people. Russell Crowe. I mean, the way they tell the stories back and forth with the cop and the gangster, it's just excellent. I mean, this is a awesome movie. So definitely check it out. This Christmas, I sort of remember this. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do remember this movie. Yeah, I remember. I do. It was okay. I'll be honest. I have mixed feelings about Chris Brown. Like, I mean, we all know what he did in the past, but and then I don't know. I've always said this about Chris Brown. If his name was Chris White, he'd be fucked. But it is what it is. I mean, it seems like he hasn't gotten the shit since then. I don't think. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? The #1 Ladies Detective Agency TV series. I mean, that alone, like the title's got me intrigued. Is that Jill Scott? Yeah, it is. I always had a thing for her. I don't know. I think she's cute. Yeah, it's got a pretty good rating, 8.2 out of 10. It's not bad. How come I never heard of this? I don't know. I'm always late on the memos. Prom Night. Sounds familiar. A Night to Die For. Oh, what a tagline. 3.9 out of 10. Okay, well, look, they're all not going to be winners, guys. Sometimes you do a movie, you get a paycheck, it's all good. Perfect example, Rock and Rolla. A lot of people, I just love saying the name Rock and Rolla. I just assume they meant to say it like that. I wasn't a fan of this movie. I remember watching the first like half hour of it. I wasn't a fan. I don't know. Maybe it's your thing. I don't know. Not my thing. The Human Contract. Also did The Unborn. Obsessed. I remember this movie. It did not get the best rating, but see, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured this out by now, I think pretty much the one thing that white guys and black guys can always agree on is that white women will be our downfall. I'm kidding, but it just, it's but in this movie, I'm just saying, like, he's already going out with Beyonce, like he's already won, you know what I mean? But he's tempted by Ali Larder, and yeah, she was in Heroes and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. She's the one that farted, remember? Which is actually true, by the way. I mean, if you have fast food, man, forget it. Like, I mean, then next, 5-6 hours, you're screwed. But yeah, I remember, actually, it's a funny story. Let me peep this, guys. So I was on a date, and that's not the story. But we were just chilling, and yeah, we tried to watch this movie, and we just couldn't get into it. I respect Beyonce. I don't want Jay-Z to have me killed. I don't know. It was one of those movies where it's like, it's got a few parts and it's cool, whatever. But, at one point, I think 20 minutes into the movie, we were just making out, and, we played checkers. The point is, I mean, this movie's okay. It's nothing like, whoa, it's, all I'm saying is, if you're ever tempted by a white girl, the lesson to be learned here is just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. You know what they say, the devil is a white girl in a red dress. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And the irony is, I think this was like a thing in The Office, kind of that love affair or whatever. And then the next thing he did, what does he do? He's in a couple episodes of The Office. If anything, no, he was in 7. I always forget that he was in this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Office is an awesome show. I mean, it's one of the biggest binge-watching shows probably during COVID, for sure. Really funny. I always enjoyed it. I mean, I thought they lost something when Steve Carell left, but, it is what it is. I mean, will it come back again? Who knows? I always said Steve Carell, he should have stayed on there. He could have easily got like a couple million, like he could have made Charlie Sheen money without the Coke money, but whatever. I get it. You want to do movies and shit. I get it. But still, could there be a reunion? Who knows? Then he did a movie called Legacy. Didn't see that one. Unfortunately, I did see The Losers, and I do remember this movie. This is one of these movies that it looks like it's going to be a lot of action and fun. It's just not. I don't know. I mean, yeah, just, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it. Actually, same thing with Takers. I don't know. He seems to do... is this the one with... Yeah, it's the one with, I think, with Paul Walker, and rest in peace. And I think... Yeah, Chris Brown, I think, was in this too. I don't know. I remember there's one... I'll say this about Chris Brown. I mean, the guy can fucking dance and jump, and holy shit. I mean, the guy's got crazy moves. But... yeah, again, it was one of those movies that I had a pretty good cast of people, but just, I don't know, there wasn't much of a story. I don't know. I don't know, not my thing. The Big C, I mean, again, insert an obvious black joke there. But yeah, he was in that. In Thor, great movie. Again, when Marvel comes knocking at your door, you accept. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He was in that, really? Okay, he played a police officer. Okay. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Mentioned that before. Like I said, guys, I'll say it before, and I'm going to say it a million times after. You do voice over work, it's the best paycheck. Easiest too. Just ask Chris Rock. I love that speech he gave in the Oscars there. I've said this before again, but he's like, hey, you show up, you do your thing, get $1 million. That's it. I mean, it's beautiful. What do you want in life? Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. I mean, I didn't like the first Ghost Rider, so I doubt I'm going to like this one. Prometheus. Yeah, I talked about that before. I'm trying to remember, did I see this one or not? No, I remember this one. I don't really remember. I don't know. I can't say for sure, guys. I apologize. Yeah, I remember the movie poster for sure. That I remember. The Peter Wayland Files, Prometheus Transmission. The video short, obviously, I'm assuming to promote the movie. Pacific Rim, didn't see that one. Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. I'm trying to think, did I see this one? Yes, I remember the movie poster. Good little movie. I liked it. Good little performance. Big shoes to fill, man. I mean, we do a role like that, playing Mr. Mandela, damn, that's tough to pull off, man. Thor: The Dark World. Marvel, come on in. Just put the money on the table. Second Coming. Anyways, I'm sorry. Didn't see this one. What else we got here? We have No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. No, it's just called No Good Deed. I don't remember. Oh, I think I remember this one. Yeah. Oh, this was stupid. No offense to anybody involved, but I mean, this was. You know what's weird about this movie? I remember it was. Oh God, it was a bad movie. It was just one of those like he escapes from jail and he wants revenge and all this shit, but the way he escapes is just fucking bullshit. But I think this movie made a shit ton of money. Yeah, it did. Like, the budget was $13 million and worldwide gross was $54 million. So, fuck me. I mean, that's, the joke's on us, guys. I mean, the movie's made a shit ton of money. So, yeah, man, I mean, sometimes, sometimes you don't know when you're good or bad. Sometimes as long as the check clears. An Epic Journey to Coming to America. Okay, that's a short. The Gunman. Sort of sounds familiar. The Sean Penn one. Yeah. I never saw this one, unfortunately. Didn't get the best rating, but, I always like Sean Penn. I don't know. The guy gets a bad reputation sometimes. I think he's a good dude, man. I don't know if you ever see Colors with him and Robert Duvall. Fucking awesome. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Just put it on my bed. I'm gonna swim in it. Just swim in the money. That's it. Why not? Great movie. I enjoy all the Avenger movies. Pretty much every Marvel movie I enjoy. I mean, we know which ones the bad ones are. That's, again, we don't have to dig up this shit again. Playhouse Presents TV series, Beast of No Nation. I did not see this one, although this did get a pretty good rating, 7.7 out of 10. It's a Netflix movie. I mean, there's a shit ton of Netflix movie I gotta catch up on for sure. I'll probably check it out. Why not? Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege the Day, not seize, moron. The Day featuring Idris Elba. There we go. More easy money. Zootopia, again, voiceover, easy money. The Jungle Book, easy money. The Take, I don't remember that one. Malcolm Moore and Ryan Lewis. Oh fuck, guys, I didn't even plan that. I didn't know. I didn't know he was in one of his videos. My bad. Featuring Idris Elba, Dance Off. All right. Let's see. A Dance Off, a white guy versus a black guy. I got 20 on Elba. Finding Dory, voice, easy money. 100 Streets, Star Trek Beyond. I'm not even a big fan of Star Trek, Star Wars, but if, again, they come a knocking, you just let them in, okay? That's it. I'm never going to get tired of doing that. I don't care. That and this. Finding Dory, Marine Life Interviews. All right. I'm sure it's got something to do with the movie. The Idris Takeover. That's a video short he did. 5x5. I didn't see that. That's a mini-series. It's got to be better than Party of Five. Gorilla. It's a mini-series he did. The Dark Tower. Oh, is this the movie I'm thinking of? I mentioned Matthew McConaughey. See, again, guys, I swear to God, I did not plan this with Elba and Matthew McConaughey. I tried watching this movie, man. I couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. Yeah, it didn't get the best rating either, but I don't know. Wasn't feeling it. Yeah. Molly's Game. I didn't see this one. The Mountain Between Us. Is this the movie? Yes. Okay. This is. I remember watching this. Okay, so this basically, it's Elba and Kate Winslet. Very good actress. It says here, stranded after a tragic plane crash, two strangers must forego. Is that how you say the word? Or forge? No, whatever. They must go on, okay? A connection to survive the extreme elements of a remote snow-covered mountain. When they realize help is not coming, they embark on a perilous journey. I did not say that word right at all. Oh my God, I'm tired, guys. It's like 30 degrees without the AC on. Perilous. There you go. It's practice, guys. Don't worry, I got this. Journey Across the Wilderness. Now, I saw this movie. I mean, this movie got a lot of shit because it was just, I don't know, because they felt it was unrealistic, and I don't know. I mean, it's a decent little movie, I guess. I don't know. Again, you can only get into so much trouble with a white girl. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Okay, but the point is, I mean, the movie's decent. It's nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's no Notebook, right? Thor, Ragnarok. Good movie. I'm enjoying all these movies, guys. Avengers, Infinity War, of course. How can you not love it? Now, Luther. It's aired between 2010 and 2019. Awesome show. This show, he's perfected this character. It's awesome. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. Like, it's almost like, I was talking to some ladies in a car, some white girls, and they're big fans of Elba, of course. Ladies love Elba. We all know that, and they're saying, "Oh, I've never heard of Luther." I'm like, how can you be a fan of him and never see Luther? It's basically like being a fan of Al Pacino and you've never seen Godfather. So, and that, yeah, I think that's a great comparison. I mean, this has nothing to do with mafia shit, but I mean, he's just this excellent detective, DCI John Luther, and he checks out all these weird mysteries, that are in London, and it's just, I mean, he plays it so well. It's not over the top. I mean, you can tell the guy's like struggling through shit, and but at the same time, he's seeing all this like gore and all like the worst shit you can see in crime scenes, and just at times it's true, like I said before about the whole Sherlock Holmes thing. I mean, there was again, I don't want to give anything away because you should see the show, but there's one scene where he's in like a truck and he's trapped there and he's got to figure out how to get out of there, and it's really cool the way he like figures it out. And also Ruth Wilson is in the show, who I love. She's awesome. She was in The Affair, which I love that show, but it had one of the worst series finales of all time. I was just very disappointed. Again, a story for another day, but she's excellent in it. This is just an excellent show. This is definitely one of the best shows of the 2010s for sure, if not of all time. I mean, 8.5 rating out of 10 on IMDb, well deserved. And who knows? Are they going to make another season? I mean, they've had as much as like 4 breaks in between. So yeah, keep in mind during this time, he's doing movies, and he doesn't really have to do this show, but I'm telling you, dude, you got to keep doing this show. I mean, like, we want to see you as old as Columbo doing this show. I mean, it's one of those shows that could just keep going. It's really good. I mean, you'll never get sick of it. And some seasons only have like what 3-4 shows or something, but each show could be like an hour and a half. I mean, they're each like mini movies. I highly recommend this show. Highly. That high, like really high, guys. And speak of the song I fucked up before, bossy, bossy, bossy. Oh, if I'm not going to hell, I am going first class now. It's featuring Wiley, Sean Paul, Stefan Don, featuring Idris Elba. And it's called Bosti. Bosti. But they say it Bosti. Say it with me, guys. Bosti. Boasty. Great song. Then he's in a TV series called Turn Up Charlie. Unfortunately, he had to show up in Fast and the Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw. I'll forgive him for that. I'm assuming, again, it's a big paycheck. No worries. NBA 2K20, he was Coach Ernie Ames, played the voice of that. He was in Cats. Even when you watch the trailer for this shit, it looks bad, man. I'm not into plays and shit, not really. I've seen some plays, part of school trips when you're younger and all that, but this just looks fucking stupid. And again, I don't know why he dragged Elba into this. I'm assuming he got a really good paycheck. I don't know, man. I'm just offended that they made him like a dark cat. Why can't you make him a white cat? Racist. But anyways, if you want to check it out, go ahead, man. I don't give a shit. In the long run, as a TV series, Concrete Cowboy, which is a Netflix movie. I saw it. It was okay. It wasn't anything like, whoa, but it was cool. It's got the dude from Stranger Things in it. So, again, stacking up on that Netflix money. Why not? That's awesome. His name's Caleb McLaughlin. Laughlin. Did I say it right? I think so. Sorry, man. It's kind of just an interesting movie. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was going to be a Western. I'm not going to lie. But you watch it and you find out that in Philadelphia, and I should do research on this. One day I will have a proper podcast and do it. But there's certain areas in Philadelphia where they still treat it like it's the Old West. Like they have horses roaming around in the streets. That alone was just interesting to me. But he stays with his father, who's Elba, of course, and he just takes him in, and they're not close, and then of course they become closer over time. He teaches him about the culture and the whole horse aspect of the city and how it's treated, and it is interesting. It is it's a simple little movie, nothing like like I said, like holy shit, but I'd say it's worth checking out. Why not? Make it a Netflix and chill night. And he's got a couple things coming up this year, 2021, The Suicide Squad. Now, he's playing Bloodsport. Obviously, we all know Will Smith played it in the first one. He's taken over that role in this one. Let's hope it's better than the last one. Let's be honest. Suicide Squad, wasn't the best movie. Parts of it were really dark for some reason. It was like watching an episode of Game of Thrones, I guess. I still don't understand how they killed the person at the end of that movie. If someone could please explain that to me. I've actually asked people too, and nobody knows either. But hopefully this one will be better. And he's got another movie coming out, The Harder They Fall. Okay, so judging by this picture, it actually does look like a Western. It says here, when an outlaw discovers his enemy is being released from prison, he reunites his gang to seek revenge in this Western. Okay, so, all right, so he's doing the whole Western thing now. Okay, cool, fair enough. Regina King's in it, who is awesome. I've always loved. She did directed the one movie, One Night in Miami, which I still can't believe did not get at least a nomination for Best Picture. I'm really shocked by that. But I'm always down for a good Western. So yeah, let's check it out. And sorry, I forgot to mention they got the guy I like from Atlanta. What's his name here? Keith Stanfield. Awesome. I always like him too. Very talented guy. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Because sometimes the Western's really good, sometimes it's bad. You know, that seems to be what happens with most Westerns. Okay, I've talked to Clint Eastwood. You know, that's what he tells me. I wish. Then there's another movie coming out, 2022, 3,000 Years of Longing. A scholar content with life encounters a djinn who offers her 3 wishes in exchange for his freedom. Their conversation in a hotel room in Istanbul leads to consequences neither would have expected. Oh, how many times have we seen this, ladies and gentlemen? You wish for something and then it just ends up fucking you in the ass. I mean, you know, so let's keep the tradition going. Why not? Yeah. Again, you never know. You never know. I mean, you know, you never know. Then he's making Beast. He's playing Dr. Nate Samuels. Father and his 2 teenage daughters find themselves hunted by a massive rogue lion intent on proving that the savannah has but one apex predator. What that means, who knows? But again, you know, I like the movie Predator. If it's, you know, similar to that, I'm in. And here's the most recent thing and the last thing on this list. Luther. But it's not a TV show. It's the movie. Oh, all right. Okay, so we've had many seasons of the show. Now we got a feature film inspired by the TV series Luther. So I can't wait for this shit. I mean, that's going to be awesome. And I've actually done a little research. I know. I'm treating it like a podcast. They actually said that they're going to make the movie, but don't rule out there will never be another TV show. So let's see what happens. Will that morph into another series right after? Who knows? Who knows? But I do know this. Idris Elba has had a hell of a fucking career. I mean, you know, it seems like the last 10 years or so, that's when it's really, you know, kicked into gear. But I mean, this guy has, like I said before, attacked every single aspect of this business. Which is, you know, I mean, people think it's easy to do, man. I mean, you're just happy for the most part if you become an actor and you got a steady gig. But I mean, he has absolutely killed it and has pretty much gotten every single role that he's wanted. Except for James Bond. Now, what I don't understand is, you know, over the years, I mean, we've seen Daniel Craig absolutely do a great job with, you know, the character James Bond. You know, people were pissed off. Oh, he's blonde. Nobody's blonde. He shouldn't be blonde. He should be a bad guy. Fuck off, man. He's doing a great job. What do you want? You know, I mean, come on. So why not have a black James Bond? Why not? And then one of the people said he's too street, which I guess is implying that maybe they saw him in The Wire and, you know, he can't pull it off. And I'm like, dude, he would be fucking perfect for Bond. Perfect. The rumor is apparently, eventually when the new James Bond movie comes out, I mean, I think it's been done for 2 years now, you know, thanks COVID. And I'm assuming by, you know, 2028, you know, everybody will see it. And they said that one of the women in there is going to be the new Bond, and she is going to be the new black woman Bond. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Again, I don't know anything. Nothing. You can tell. I can barely read. But again, why wouldn't you have
Idris Elba
as the new James Bond? He fits the bill perfectly. It's going to be him or maybe Tom Hardy. I don't know. Other than that, what more do you want? But I'm not a director. I'm not a producer. I'm just a simple man who does a simple podcast. But I do know this. He's always entertaining to watch. And he seems like a pretty cool dude. How would you not be? I love the fact that he was just a bouncer in America, just trying to make it and sell a little, he had to do what he had to do to sell things on the side, But I never fucked you, Frank. I'm sorry. We're talking about Pacino before, Scarface, whatever. The point is, he did what he had to do. And he's absolutely earned his success. So, if you want to see that hard work and doing a shit ton of jobs and basically attacking every single possible aspect of show business, and see after all that it absolutely pays off, the man to talk to is Idris Elba.